Artificial intelligence is becoming more and more integrated as part of the graphic design world. There is absolutely no denying that. Now, I've made a couple of videos on how AI is potentially taking over and how designers can pivot to work alongside AI. But today, I have 5 real-life examples that show how, without any doubt, artificial intelligence is moving ever deeper into our design world. And sponsoring today's video is a long-term friend of this channel, and that is the awesome learning community Skillshare. Now, Skillshare is an online learning community where you can pick up new skills and implement them in impacting ways. To learn how you can get a 1-month free trial to Skillshare, stick around to the end of today's video. PixArt is an artificial intelligence service that allows its users to make imagery in various different ways, powered by AI. Essentially, it's the lazy way, or potentially the only way, for those who lack skill. Now, I'm not telling you about PixArt because of their imagery. They recently announced a new collection of typefaces created entirely through AI and machine learning. It currently has created about 30 AI-generated fonts accessible to paid subscribers of their premium plan. Having a browser with these creations, it's quite obvious they are pretty low quality. This script font here with the flowers has issues with certain characters overlapping each other, as you can see on the E and the A as examples. Love certainly isn't in the air when I look at the kerning and the quality of the lettering on this font in red. Sure, it pretty much is just a trial run by PixArt, and I'm sure they're going to look to perfect it from here onwards. The initial stages of any technology are almost always sketchy, but what do you think about these AI-generated fonts in the future? Next, what about this AI-powered tool that apparently can analyze your logo designs for uniqueness, legibility, color and contrast, and then an overall score at the end? Now, I have doubts on whether or not a machine can work out the intricate details that determine the logo's effectiveness or not. But hey, let's send the Nike logo through this thing and see what happens. So we have a uniqueness score of 92, and that's really quite high. And it says here that the AI compares the design against over 1 million icons. But I do agree with the legibility caption found here. The Nike swoosh is very simple and very bold, and having something like that in a logo makes sure it's recognizable and also memorable. Now, color contrast isn't much of an important aspect in my honest opinion, but color psychology is. But of course not always. And as this tool goes on to say in the overall section, it isn't necessarily crucial to adhere to every aspect in this list. Again, this technology is likely in its infancy, so expect more like this in the near future. So do watch this space. Next up, a very controversial entity in the logo design world, FLD, or Freelance Logo Design. They have launched a logo design contest situation where if you are a client, you come along and you set what is called a prize amount. Then designers can submit their competition entries and hopefully win the prize amount. This system could be a great way to abuse designers' time and slow down their careers. Any designer will likely be competing against tens or hundreds of other people, and often without any financial gain of their expended time. Okay, this might be fruitful for those just starting out to gain some kind of experience, but for those who want to take their careers seriously, this just isn't it, chief. Furthermore, FLD has partnered with Logo A.I, which is one of the largest artificial intelligence logo makers out there, so we pretty much know where their morals stand. Somebody could technically come along, use this AI to pump into the competition hundreds if not thousands of AI-made logos, and I have to ask myself, what is this corner of the industry actually coming to? Next up, we're heading to Japan. A Tokyo-based company called Media Back Office has made an AI-driven, fully automated, and highly precise background removal tool. That's found at imagematting.com. Now, their aim is to help with e-commerce, graphic design, and photography, and it's one in many other background removal AI tools. However, they claim that tests show a significant improvement in resulting quality when using imagematting.com. For a catalogue of hundreds of products or portraits, imagematting.com will save graphic pros hours of mind-numbing work. Well, apparently. Here's a direct quote from one of their team. Other companies may design the right algorithm. However, it can't be very precise without using real images or before and after background removal. It would take these tools years to close that precision gap. They don't have the legal access to the library of manually completed top quality jobs where the background was removed and verified by trained humans. So we see that now trained humans have been brought into the mix along with AI. So for now at least, it isn't entirely artificial intelligence based. Photoshop already has a pretty decent algorithm for its background detection and background removal, and this is only going to improve in the future and likely move to other aspects of the design process. ImageMatting.com is also available as a PS extension, so it would be interesting to test that against Photoshop and see how it compares over time. Lastly, something that is pretty funny to try out for yourself. Here is an AI tool that has been made to generate inspirational posters. And we've all seen these posters shared on social media for years and years, but it looks like this AI hasn't quite got the hang of it. It depicts how random and lousy an algorithm can actually be, and I'm sure if this was actually somehow integrated with machine learning, it could become better at the task. But for now it's pretty bad, albeit funny. Oh, and also the mindfulness mode just gets even funnier. So yeah, check that one out, link down below. What are your thoughts on AI and the graphic design world, and what do you think the future is going to look like? Now, you might know that I'm really a big fan of nice, juicy motion graphics. And also you might know that I'm a very busy person with a very tight schedule. But I've actually been using the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare, to improve my motion graphics skills. And to kick off 2022, I decided to take a class on kinetic typography in Adobe After Effects by Phil Ebener. Now you might ask, why did I decide to go with motion graphics? Well, that's simply because I do think that the future of design, or graphic design in general, is heavily going to be animated. So I kind of want to pick up those skills moving into the future. With Skillshare, it's actually possible to take each individual lesson in that class whenever you have free time. Your progress is saved as you move through each individual lesson, and also there are some resources in most of the classes to make use of. There are so many different subjects to make use of in Skillshare, and we have things like graphic design, animation, UI, UX design, photography, writing, and so much more. And if you are thinking of being more productive in 2022, then you might want to take a look at this category here. And also you can see that each category is divided up into subcategories as well. So the first 1,000 people who use the link down below or the code Satori Graphics will get a free 1-month trial to Skillshare. So click that link down below and start your journey today. If you want to learn more about graphic design, do click a video on screen. And until next time guys, design your future today. Peace.